Welcome to a new Instagram Live from the Audiovisual Division of the American Translators Association. My name is Daniela Costa, and today we'll talk about the AVD mentorship program, which is really exciting for newbies and even for experienced translators. We'll talk with Britta Noack. She's the programs coordinator, and also with a special mentee who will share her experience with us. Her name is Molly Yurick, and also maybe we'll have a little surprise at the end. So, without any further ado, I will invite Britta first to the conversation. So she'll tell us a little bit more about this.
Yes, you can. Hi, Britta.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you. And you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for this. This is exciting.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Well, first of all, tell us a little bit more about yourself, where you are now, where you're from, which are your working languages.
I am currently residing in Germany, northern Germany. That's why I'm all bundled up here, because it's really cold here right now. I used to live in San Diego, California for the past, for 17 years before that. And because of family reasons, we temporarily moved back to Germany. But we were back. I can't live without California. I worked from English into German and vice versa. I've been an audiovisual translator for almost 20 years now. And at the moment, I don't do anything else. I just do this and teach English at colleges here. And yeah, that's my life. And my 2 children, my cats, my husband.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. 20 years, it's a long time. You've seen it all.
Yeah, but it's still a long time, yes.
Yeah, and tell us about, well, what is the AVD mentoring program? Because we hear about this, but maybe we don't know exactly how it works. What is it?
We have our own mentoring program within our Audiovisual Division, and we started that in 2017. We introduced it at the conference, the ATA annual conference in New Orleans in 2017, and it was a big success. So this mentoring program is anything audiovisual, anything, subtitling, QC, quality control, editing, dubbing scripts, translation of those, video localization, anything you can think of. So anybody who is interested in working in that field or is already working in that field and wants to do, get a little bit more information or learn a little bit more about from old rabbits, yeah, like us, then they can sign up. And it's a program that runs for about 6 months. You get paired as a mentee with a mentor who is more experienced than you or is an expert in the field where you are interested in learning more about. And you just email me. I pair you up with a mentor, preferably in your language pair, but that hasn't always happened, unfortunately, because we do not have enough mentors in all the languages, which is, you know, a call for all the people out there who wants to share their knowledge with the up-and-coming talent. So please let me know. We need you. And then you meet with your mentor. You know, it's very individual, which is really nice. So you do not have to wait till a cycle is over until you can start. You can start with your mentoring program or your cycle at any point when you are ready and when you got in touch with your mentor. And then you meet once a month, twice a month if you want, for an hour or 2. You know, it's absolutely up to you. The mentee usually does that in connection with the mentor. They get in touch, they clarify anything, and then, yeah, most of the time they meet online like we do right now, right? Or Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, whatever, because normally they live thousands of miles away from each other. And but if they should be in the same city, then of course, you know, they can meet in person. And I, at that point, step back. I go back into the shadows and let the peers do their thing. And when they need help, I'm here to guide and to help them through the process. And once they are done, 6 months later, I will hear about it and how they liked it. So that's the program.
Wow. It's amazing. Because you don't feel so lonely. I mean, when maybe you want to start working as an audiovisual translator, you think it's exciting. You think you may have the skills, but sometimes you don't know where to start.
Right.
And you are, a little bit scared, or maybe thinking, well, I'm not up to this task, or maybe this is not for me. And sometimes you hear, we all started somewhere.
Yes.
We were all inexperienced at some point, so it's great to have the guide of someone who's more experienced and can tell you, okay, you can try this or that, or maybe things you didn't know beforehand. Yeah. And do you have? How can you enroll in the program? Is it difficult? Or?
No, not at all. You just email me. That's it. That's all you do. So we have a little bit of we revamp our information on the website of our quarterly newspaper, Deep Focus. Right now, if you go under education, you find all the information about the program, and also the email address, which is mentoringavd@gmail.com. But we are updating. There's a lot of older information right now because we have a new thing going on right now where we also offer not just the 6-month program, also a SWIFT mentoring, we call it, which is for people who do not need guidance for 6 months. They don't want to have the responsibility to be available at 6 months, or they don't have enough to talk about with their mentor or need help with that for 6 months. So they sign up for SWIFT mentoring, which is an hour here and there. And then they get paired with another mentor, myself. We had people from the leadership board of the AVD stepping in. We had other mentors who give them a quick rundown of what they need help with. So they email me and also what they're interested in. And then what we're going to do, we used to have questionnaires that we send out. We're not doing that anymore because I love the idea of having them either doing it by email and have an email exchange, or also having a quick Zoom meeting with them, which is also has been very successful because you get to know the people, and they just are very much they're very open, very honest of what they want and what they need help with, where they're worried, and it's really nice to then also guide them in the right direction to the right mentor that way. And that's all that it takes. An email to me about what you need, what you want, and then I get in touch with you, and then we'll take it from there.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And do you have to be an ATA member to access this mentorship, or is it open to everyone?
Unfortunately not. It is you have to be in good standing and be an ATA member for this program because it's something that we offer ATA members, so it stays in-house that way.
Yes, but it's a good investment, as we always say. Yeah. You pay for the membership and you get this mentorship, which otherwise would be, I don't think it would be impossible, but it would be maybe more expensive or difficult to get. Yes.
Yeah, it's not just the mentorship program of the AVD. The ATA also has their own mentorship program that you can take advantage of and all that kind of stuff. And you have all the different divisions that you don't have to live in the United States to become an ATA member. It has a lot of benefits to it. And yeah, it's a little bit expensive, but it's an annual thing that you pay, and you will meet everybody that you want to meet at the conferences that are always fun. This year it's in LA, so it will be a lot of fun. And I think it benefits everybody regardless where you live.
Yeah, absolutely. I can tell you about that because I live in Argentina, very, very far away from LA or from the US. And I met you all guys. What amazing. And the exchange and everything you can learn from colleagues from all over the world is wonderful. So it doesn't matter if you are in the States or not. I mean, it's always helpful for I mean, it's a boost in your career.
Right.
I think.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. And which are the benefits of having a mentor? I mean, we mentioned some benefits, but from your experience, from what former mentees told you, which are the benefits of having a mentor?
Well, there are only benefits, actually. There's nothing, you know, the worst thing that can happen is that you figure out that you don't want to do it. But it's not just for the mentee, it's also for the mentors that are really benefiting from this program, because you have what's actually better than passing your knowledge on, you know, to the talent of the future, or to just share what you have learned over all these years and make it maybe a little easier for the people who are just starting. Because when we all started, there were not all these programs and courses and online things that you could do to become an audiovisual translator. A lot of us are self-taught. And now you have this very broad range of knowledge online that you can tap into. And one of them is to be a mentor and guide people through this jungle of information, so to speak. Yeah. And and it's not really a huge responsibility that because I have a lot of people told me that, well, I really love the idea and I really would love to do it, but I don't have time, or it's too much responsibility. It's not. You have an hour or two a month with somebody, yeah, that you can meet, and like we do right now, it's the same thing. One talks and one listens, yeah, and then you just answer all their questions. It's very fulfilling. It's very nice to help somebody, and you form new friendships. You know, we had mentee and mentoring pairs that work together now. We have Molly, you know, who is our star mentee, and all these things happen. I mean, dreams come true, and it's really nice for mentors to actually be in that, and it's an honor, I think, you know, to guide people through this process. I really love you help people, but you get so much back too. They're all very grateful for your help. And as a mentee, the opposite. It's just it's great to have somebody by your side that helps you, you know, finding the right course for you, or if it's just about, you know, answering a few questions during the SWIFT program, that people really love that. We got really positive feedbacks about that one. And we also have, you know, people who sign up for online courses like Una, you know, the software that I personally also work with. They offer a very, very great range of online courses to learn how to become a audiovisual translator. And then you have your mentor that you can ask all the questions. You have one-on-one time with them. So what's better than that? You don't sit in a classroom and you have to share their attention with everybody. They are only there for you with this 1 or 2 hours a month, and you can answer them and ask them all the questions that you like. So that is a huge benefit already.
Yes, and you don't have to be shy, because I mean, as I said, everyone started somewhere.
Right.
And when you hand in hand with one person, and maybe, I mean, it's not a class, it's not a course, it's a conversation, and you may ask anything. I mean, even if it sounds, because sometimes we feel like, okay, they will think I know nothing, or that I'm not up to the task, or that I'm not experienced, and you don't have to be. I mean, because it's a question I'm always being asked about by students at university, or maybe the mentees. Sometimes they don't know what to talk about, or they say, well, I don't have much experience, but anything will help you, I think. Yeah. Because we didn't have anyone to talk when we were starting.
Yeah, and you don't have to have previous experience. It might just look a little bit different than for the people who have just started and who want to get their feet wet in this world. And you know, it's they probably just have a lot of questions for their mentor. So where can I learn all of this? Because, you know, the mentorship program is not there. We can't teach you how to do all of this. I cannot teach my new mentee how to subtitle. I can't do that because I just meet with them once a month for 6 months, and that's impossible. But we can tell them, okay, this is where you start, and this is what you can do. And, you know, our program is so individual that every pair is focusing on something different. And it's up to the mentor what also they are willing to give and what they want to do. And some people, some mentors used to give mentees the TED Talks, you know, which I also am a huge fan of, to start, you know, practicing subtitling with that, if the mentee is interested in subtitling. Or you go through all the courses online with them, you know, and you figure out, hey, this is in your, close to you, this seems perfect, or something like that. So there's so many things that they get out of it. And so far, we didn't have one mentee who came back to me and said, well, this was a waste of time. That didn't happen, you know. So it's always, it's really good, and people should really take advantage of it. But the problem we have is we need new mentors. We need people who want to share their knowledge with mentees. And that's what you always, every program has that problem. So do we, yeah? And it would be really nice to have people signing up and helping us, mentoring other talent.
Yeah, there are so many talented translators out there, and our I mean, audiovisual world, it's kind of small. You know everyone more or less in the industry, because when you start digging a little bit, you say, oh, she or he works for the same company I collaborate with, or in a maybe different language, and you interact, and it's wonderful, because I think it adds to the professionalism of our field. Yeah. Because sometimes it's so, you know, they say there's a shortage of translators, subtitlers. I mean, it's crazy.
Definitely. I mean, if, you know, the past 2 years have shown us one thing, is that, you know, when the world stops outside, you coop up inside, and what do? You turn on the TV, right? And you watch and watch movies and shows and stuff. So, you know, it was, for our field, very, I don't want to say beneficial or anything, but we didn't run out of work, yeah? And eventually there was so much coming in that they needed new talent. And if we can help with providing that talent by telling people where they should start, what could be better than that? So, so yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I'm doing this for a reason, because everybody who's involved in this program, and from the AVD and the Leadership Council, we all live and breathe audiovisual anything. So it's not just a job for us, we're doing it because it's our passion. And as you know, you know, and so it's, I hope that shows.
Yes, it shows. It definitely shows, and I'd like to thank you for doing this, because it's I mean, it's so it's rewarding for us being mentors. I think it's useful for mentees, and also it's a way of giving back, as you said.
Yes,
I mean,
definitely.
And saying, okay, next generations of because we won't be here forever. So the next generations of translators or dubbers or whatever will have the experience, will have the knowledge, and because we are in constant evolution in this industry. I mean, it changes so fast with technology, and I mean, and well, you when we started, I feel so old, but there was no streaming or anything. We worked on DVDs or Blu-ray or even VHS. I didn't work on VHS, but I know what a VHS is, of course. So it's changing, and it makes us be, I mean, keep up with the technological changes. So if you are trying to be a mentor, or to tell someone about your experience, you have to be aware of the new changes, the new technology. So it's also helpful for those of us who are more experienced, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, mentees are becoming the mentors of tomorrow. Yeah, that's also something that we want to achieve, that you are not always a mentee. Eventually you can pass on your knowledge that you learned over the years. And what we also decided to do was that, you know, if mentors or if translators said, well, you know, I'm very experienced, but I don't know if I'm experienced enough, then you can shadow a mentor. You can ask a pair, a mentee-mentor pair, and you can say, hey, you know, I don't know if I could do this. Can I shadow you for a session to see how you do it? Possible. If they don't have anything against it, which I doubt they would, then, you know, you can just see how it works, and then maybe next time you do it yourself. So it's all possible.
Yeah, there's a huge sense of community.
Yes,
here,
absolutely.
of course. Yes, definitely. Okay, well, anything else you'd like to ask, to add, sorry, about, I'm asking the question, to add about this program, or, I mean,
we need mentors,
anything.
Please, guys, if you feel spoken to right now, then please get in touch with me, because I really need mentors. I need people that we have so many wonderful mentees, and I would really love your support.
Yes, I will. When we finish this live, the video will be posted on our Instagram account. So I will write your contact details there in the publication. Okay, so everyone can get in touch with you. If not, you can enter our website, and the details are there, as you said. Okay, your email and everything you need to know about this program. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much, Britta. It was a pleasure talking to you. And I will invite Molly now to see for her experience from the other point of view, the mentee's point of view. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
See you next time. Bye-bye. We are. Hello. So thank you, Molly, for being here. We talked with Britta about what the mentoring program was and how it worked. I mean, maybe the organization of it all. And now we'd like to know a little bit about yourself. Tell us, first of all, who you are, which are your working languages, and what you do.
Sure. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. It's exciting to be here and talk about the program, which I really very much enjoyed. Well, my name is Molly Yurick, and I'm a Spanish to English translator and now mostly subtitler, thanks to the help of the mentoring program and a few other things. I am originally from Minnesota, but now live in beautiful northern Spain. And yeah, that's about it. I also volunteer as deputy of chair of the ATA's PR committee, so that keeps me quite busy volunteer-wise. Yeah, I work on a lot of projects with PR. We're working on a lot of new and exciting projects for this year. And yeah, I think that's it.
Wow, that's exciting. And how was your experience at the mentorship program? How did you know about this program, and what made you think, okay, I will give it a try?
I was trying to think of how I found out about the mentoring program. I think I joined the Audiovisual Division right when it started because I was always interested in becoming a subtitler. I wasn't sure if I would ever pursue it, but I was interested, and so I joined. And then I think, I started to think about it more, and I think I asked Yves Baudeux for advice on how to start as a subtitler. And I think I sent her an email with a bunch of questions, and she said, you should just join the mentoring program. The AVD has a mentoring program, you should join. I think it was Eve, but I'm not totally sure. I didn't know about the mentoring program, so I decided to apply. And I was accepted like the next day, I think, which was really nice. It was really, really nice. I was lucky because I think I caught it, at the beginning of right when you started with the mentoring program. And so I was accepted, and I was paired with Mara Campbell. And we started our mentoring program, our mentoring experience, pre-pandemic, actually. So before the pandemic started, I wanted to sign up for the mentoring program to first decide if I wanted to pursue subtitling, because I always thought I wanted to, but I wasn't really sure. I had a lot of work as a translator, and I thought, well, do I just stop translation and try this new specialization, you know, because taking time away from your work to specialize in something new is it's a commitment,
Yeah.
and you want to make sure you're making the right choice. So my first few sessions with Mara were mostly about that, you know, just picking her brain about the industry, what it was like to be a subtitler, what her experience was, what I could expect, what the work would be like. And after 1 or 2 sessions, I thought, okay, this is for me. This is great. Mara is very passionate. You know, she told me everything that she knew about the industry. And I was like, okay, I think this is a good fit for me. And so Mara recommended I take a subtitling course with GoSub. And so I decided, okay, I'll do that when I have time. But the time never came, and we took a little break from mentoring. And then the time came with the pandemic. So the pandemic came. I was mostly specialized in tourism translation. And of course, I had no work from one day to the next. My work was disappeared. And I thought, oh, I'm going to take that class that Mara recommended. And so I took the course, the online course. And after I finished, I started my mentoring again with Mara. And she helped me, you know, with my resume and with, you know, what I could do for marketing, who I could reach out to. She started sending me work as well through her company, True Subtitles. And it's been great ever since. And, you know, Mara, we did our 6 months of sessions, or our 6 sessions. But really we haven't had a formal session in quite some time, but really she's still my mentor. I reach out to her a lot for advice and, you know, just to chat about work and how things are going, or if I have a question, and she's just been a wonderful source of support ever since. And
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
she's
my
great.
mentoring story. Yeah.
We'll try to join her to the conversation, but I'm scared that everything freezes like it happened a few minutes ago. So we'll try to do it. And apart from working with Mara, have you landed any other jobs in subtitling after the mentorship program?
Yeah. So I mean, I've been working pretty much nonstop. I mean, there is a really big demand for subtitlers at the moment. So
yeah,
the second I finished that subtitling course, I started marketing full time because I didn't have any paying work from my translation business at the time. It was still in the pandemic. And I mean, I treated marketing like a full-time job. And I think within 1 month after finishing the GoSub course, I had almost full-time work subtitling. So I've been working probably 80% or 90% of my work now comes from subtitling. So yeah, I've been busy.
Yeah, I know. I can hear that. It's amazing. We are all busy. I mean, subtitlers are busy because, I mean, there's so much material out there. Now we have so many options to choose from that, yeah, the companies would need human resources. So the more trained you are, the better it is for all of them. So you didn't have any prior experience, as you said, in audiovisual translation. Nothing. I mean, even in tourism, maybe you can subtitle short videos or something.
I mean, I think I have a friend here in Oviedo who was recording some videos. She's a musician, and she was recording some music videos, like a documentary type thing. And she asked me to subtitle one of her videos. And I said, listen, I have no idea what this is about, but I'll try on YouTube. And I subtitled a couple of her videos just, you know, for fun and to get some experience and see if I liked it. But that was really long time ago. But no, I had absolutely no experience in subtitling.
Zero experience.
Zero
So would you recommend this to anyone trying to, okay, I will try this just to see how it goes?
I
would you recommend it
to everyone. Yeah. I suppose maybe your lack of mentors is because I recommend, I do some training courses for subtitling, and one of the big things I say is join ATA and ask to join the mentoring program, because I mean, it's really like, I don't think I would be where I am now if it hadn't been for the mentoring program. Of course, I don't think, maybe I never would have taken the leap, or if I did, I wouldn't have known where to start, and maybe it wouldn't have worked out because, you know, when you have no idea and you're completely new, it's really hard to know. But when you have a mentor who can guide you, it really changes everything.
Yes, I can imagine. Yes, definitely. Because I mean, well, now there's a lot of information about what's subtitling, what's dubbing, the differences. We've recorded so many videos and Instagram lives with really well-known people in the industry. But in the past, you knew nothing about this. So maybe nowadays there are people who say, okay, but they don't know where to start or where to start looking for information. So I think this could be a good starting point of saying, okay, I will try with a mentor. And were you, I mean, scared, or which were your feelings when you started?
I mean, I think the mentoring program was really great because I was scared to take the leap into subtitling, just kind of jumping into the dark, because I had a feeling I wanted to try, but I didn't really know. And so, of course, my biggest fear was that I would invest money and time into learning how to subtitle and, you know, using Mara's time as well, my mentor's time, and then not have it work out, or maybe start and not like it, or, you know, not make enough money with it. But in the end, it all worked out. I'm really happy with how it worked out. But that was my biggest fear, was taking, you know, all this time and energy to specialize in something new and then not have it work out. But luckily it did.
Well, you are a success story, definitely. Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. But I think it happens with everyone. I mean, once you start working on audiovisual translation, it's hard to leave. I mean, to give up, because it's so if you were even thinking about becoming a subtitler or a dubbing translator or audio describer or whatever, it's because you like it, you are passionate about that. So I think that's like the engine of it all. I mean, you have to really like it. Sometimes it may not work. I mean, for me, I'm a subtitler and dubbing does not work for me. I mean, at all. I mean, I find it so, or audio description, I find it so challenging. And I mean, I have training, but I prefer working on subtitles. But then you can specialize, even in audiovisual translation, you can specialize. So that's how wonderful it is.
Yeah, I think when I started subtitling, I was surprised to see how diverse the audiovisual translation world is, and that you can specialize in a lot of different ways, because I came into the industry not knowing anything, just with the idea of, okay, I'd like to subtitle because I love watching everything with subtitles, you know, even before I was doing this, and taking notes and thinking about why they made certain decisions. And, you know, it was something I always had in the back of my mind. But I was surprised when I started with subtitling, like, oh, okay, then you can do subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, or dubbing, or audio description, or animation, or all.
Or you can work on QC, or you can work on QC or conforming, which is like, well, pre-existing subtitles, trying to adapt them to a new timing, or a new version of the film, or the range of things, of activities you can do. It's not just timing and translating, and there's so much more, which is really, really interesting. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And if you have a mentor, they will tell you about this. Maybe you have like an idea of what it would be like, and then you find out that there's so much more. So yes, I think
subtitled up until now, and I'm really enjoying it. So I haven't, you know, dipped my toes into too many other areas of audiovisual translation, but maybe later.
Yeah, why not? Okay, I will try to join Mara to the conversation, so you can chat, and let me see.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
Hi, Mara.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, Mara. You were Molly's mentor, as she told us.
Yeah.
So what was your experience with her as a mentor?
Well, I was listening to Molly talk about our time mentor in our mentorship, and I don't remember half of it. Yeah, no, it was the pandemic was a bit hard for everybody. I had the brilliant idea of moving my family across the ocean at the same time. So yeah, it's a bit blurry for me, but yeah, no, I think uh, Molly is a as we always say our star mentee because yeah, she put a lot of work into it. I mean, we can't say that this is going to work the same for anybody. Uh, the mentor can do so much, but then the mentee has to really put in the work. And Molly definitely did dedicate a lot of time on this, maybe because she had a lot of free time due to the situation. But it is hard work, but it can be rewarding, and it can get you to where you want to be. And for Molly, it was I think like a year or something, which is a rocket career. So it also depends on the mentee and how much time and effort they want to put into it. But again, as I think you said before with Britta, Daniela, sometimes the mentoring works just for the mentees to realize that this is not what they want to do. I've had a mentee years before, and that's the conclusion we got from our time together, that was really not what she wanted to do, and she was happy where she was, and she didn't have the time and effort to put into this, and she just kept doing what she was doing in, I think it was in a hospital environment, translating in that type of area. So there's a lot of outcomes for this. In Molly's case, the mentoring, I think, reassured her that that's what she wanted to do, and she had the time and energy and money to take the steps that needed, that she needed to take to get where she's now. And yeah, I think it was a combination of a few factors, but I'm so happy that she is where she is now, and she has such a bright future, and I'm so proud because I feel like I influenced that in a way, and yeah, I love working with her. We still collaborate sometimes, and as she said, we still message each other every now and then. We nerd out about subtitling, like. There's not many people in the world with whom you can discuss like one frame difference, and the client sent me a video with the wrong frame rate, and that kind of thing that not even your spouse begins to understand. So it's really nice to have that relationship with her now, and that we can talk about some things that we can't talk with other people about. So yeah, it's become much more.
Yes, it's back and forth, it's a constant feedback with your fellow translators, and maybe, okay, what do you think about this, or how can I approach this problem? Because we face challenges all the time. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, it depends on the content, on the language, or maybe the way a movie is filmed, even. So it's challenging, and having someone to talk to about this, it's wonderful. And well, from your experience as a mentor, are people too scared or too shy? I don't know if scared is the word, but too shy maybe, or self-conscious, just say, well, I don't know what to ask. I don't know how to deal with this. The mentor will think I'm kind of I'm a fake because I know nothing, or something like that. I mean, these insecurities we have as translators. I mean, for all translators alike, no matter the language. But does it happen to you? Did it happen to you? Sorry.
The thing is, I mean, as a mentor, I would never expect the mentee to know a certain amount of things. On the contrary, maybe um, I expect them to know close to nothing. That's why they need a mentorship. And I've had this recently with a new mentee that I have. He was afraid that he wouldn't have enough questions to fill 6 sessions with me, and he was kind of frustrated because he didn't have anything prepared for our first. He had like 2 or 3 very random questions, which turned out to be not random at all, and the basis of a lot of things that we discussed on our first session. And yeah, I think, and this is what I said to him. The list of questions will come as the meetings progress, and sometimes we won't have a set of questions, and just the topics will just come out, or sometimes we will have a set of questions, but we will talk about different things. I remember Molly being very, very good with her homework, and she came with a list of questions. Sometimes she even sent them to me in advance and everything. But sometimes we touched on those, sometimes we didn't. It kind of comes out naturally. And as a mentor, you don't have to have anything prepared either, because the mentee will come to you with their needs, with their gaps in knowledge or whatever. And again, if they don't, because they couldn't think of anything for the session or whatever, there's always so much to talk about. Maybe talking about the work of our week of work sparks some interesting questions. And so yeah, there's no pressure for either party to prepare something or to think of it in advance or anything. It's just a very informal thing, and it really flows. That has been my experience with all my mentors. It just flows, and yeah, and it's a very flexible program. And I do this, and I'm sure everybody does it. You open the door to your mentee to contact you out of your session time and message you if they need something. I remember with Molly, she needed. She had applied to a company and she didn't know what to answer some questions in a form that the company had sent her. And in between sessions, we messaged about that specifically, or I don't know if we did a mini phone call or something, but we figured out that because she needed an answer at that moment because she had to submit the form within X amount of days. So there's always that flexibility, and it's not a very strict thing. Like, it's not a teacher-student kind of thing. It's more like colleagues talking about this in an informal way, and with the spirit of helping out each other. And yeah, and you never know. In a few years' time, Molly can have a huge subtitling company, and she will hire me, and everything comes around. So yeah, everything can happen.
Yeah, it happens. And what about you, Molly? From where you started and when you ended your mentorship, was it like you expected, or how did it work? Mara told us a little bit about this, but because I mean, I'm sure you had many questions at the beginning, but then what happened?
I think it was more than I expected. I don't really even know how to answer that, because it was great. I just don't know what I would have done without it. And I kind of feel like the formal mentoring has ended, but I feel like I still consider Mara my mentor. I ask her questions all the time. And she's, yeah, I'm still very thankful for her help every month, because every month something comes up and Mara, can you help me with this? Oh yeah, sure. So she's also very, willing and helpful to continue, guiding me and helping me grow. So it's been great. It's been great.
Wow, that's amazing. Yes, that's what we talked with Britta at the beginning. It's this sense of community. I mean, we are on the same boat. I mean, regardless of language or the field in which we are working within the audiovisual translation field. And we are here to learn from each other. I mean, it's amazing. So I think this initiative of the ATA with all mentorships, mentoring programs, and especially in AVD, which is so necessary right now because of the demand of professional translators. It's incredible. I mean, it's amazing. And so congratulations to both of you. Also to Britta. I think I said this to her, but then it was cut off. So I don't know. But anyway, congratulations to all of you, because I mean, I hope this inspires other translators to be part of this program as mentees or as mentors as well. Yes, absolutely. So thank you both
Molly,
for being
you should
here.
become a mentor now, Molly. Molly can become a mentor now.
Yes, of course.
Do you think
yes,
I'm ready?
Absolutely.
Does my mentor give me mentor approval?
Definitely.
You pass the torch. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So thank you both for being here. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I hope we can do it. We can do this sometime in the future again. Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.